come and aid the mosque. But we should remember that the imams should tell their congregants that like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in one of his traditions said that inna Allah ta'ala tayyibun, verily Allah is pure, la yaqbal illa tayyibun, he does not accept anything that is not pure. So you cannot use proceed of oil bunkering, proceed of money laundering, and what have you to come and aid the most. So I think, uh, like I said, I don't know, but there could be. But then the most common crime I know about the most now is where you tell the congregants, we want to build this, we want to build that. At the end of it all, monies, a lot of money are gathered, and before you know it, the imams, the leaders of the mosque, can you imagine a situation where the leadership of a particular mosque has sold a land that has been allocated to the mosque by the government to assist the mosque, and you see the leaders of the mosque selling the land and eating the money. These are the kind of things we see. So I think we should let our people know that oil bunkering, smuggling, tax evasion, money laundering, money counterfeiting, advanced people are not even accepted in the house of God. Even if you bring the money, you are not going to have any reward from God. In fact, we should be rejecting things like that.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, SE Adamu Muhammad from the protocol unit. I want to also believe that everything about religion, be it Christianity, be it Islam, or any other religion in the world, everything about that particular religion is purity. Just like SE Adamu Muhammad stated, and I am very sure and certain that it is the same with Christianity from the Christian perspective. Everything that has to do with God is pure, is purity, is sacred. But we now see a situation where, expose people, people who have been exposed to corruption, taking their ill-gotten money to the churches, taking their ill-gotten money to the net, to the mosque. We have seen situations where Yahoo boys, big Yahoo boys and girls and what have you, taking those particular kind of money to the churches, to the mosque, just for those people, for those clergies to pray for them. And those clergies pray for them. ACE1 FN Ekerandu, is that normal?
No. It's not. It's not. Whatever is not pure, whatever is not clean, is not good in the house of God. Either people are involved in jawu or ill-gotten wealth, they should not be celebrated in the church. They should not be received. They should only be preached to repent and turn to God. And if possible, they should be reported to the EFCC and other law enforcement agencies for investigations and possible prosecutions.
Exactly. Okay, SE Adamu Muhammad, you just quoted a hadith right now. Can you please expatiate? You talk about Inna Allah Ta'ala Tayyibun La Yaqbalu Illa Tayyib. Verily, Allah is pure and He does not accept except that which is pure. Can you expatiate based on this scenario that I just pointed?
You see, when the clergymen, the imams, begin to accept people who are eager to get money and involved in all kinds of crimes, economic crimes especially, people indulging in money laundering, advanced fee fraud, oil bunkering, smuggling, and tax evasion. And they bring money to the mosque. You know very well that these people are not into any legitimate business, especially boys that are not even within the employable age. You know very well that these boys are not from rich families. These boys, you are expected as Islamic leaders, as imams, to sit them down and ask them questions. How do you come about this? This money, you see a boy of like below 18 even donating money for the building of a mosque. There is a story I can tell you now.
Okay.
A boy came home with a vehicle, a jeep, and the father said, "What? Where is this car from?" And the boy said, "Don't worry, daddy. Allah has done it for us." The father said, "What? Allah has done it for us through what?" The boy could not explain, and the father said, "No, you cannot keep this car in my house." Unknown to the father, the boy has already built a house.
Mm-mm.
He wanted the family to pack into that house to leave the rented apartment, and the father said, "No way, I am not going anywhere. Come and explain to me how you got this money." Do you know that the mother stood her ground that she is moving with her son because Allah has made it for them and the father is jealous of them? Do you know that an imam came and meet the father, asking the father why is he doing that?
Mm-mm.
His son has brought riches and he is saying all that? Can you imagine, Golden Voice?
Mm-mm.
This is worrisome.
It
Living in
is.
Nigeria, a clergyman, an imam, telling a father who is trying to know the source of his teenage son's wealth, and the imam is telling him what is he saying, and he is even misquoting rather a Quranic chapter that wala tajassasu.
do
The
do
Allah
do
says,
do not investigate.
so this is what I'm trying to say, Golden Voice,
Yeah.
that whatever we do, whatever we want to do, whatever you do to the mosque, you are doing it to seek the pleasure of Allah. You understand, Golden Voice?
Yes, exactly.
How can you get the pleasure of Allah when you are seeking that pleasure through a corrupt means? Allah does not accept corruption.
Mm.
Like I said, Inna Allah ta'ala tayyibun. La yaqbalu illa tayyibun. Allah is pure and He does not accept anything that is not pure. Whatever you come with towards Allah, you should come with something that is pure. So we should be telling our people that, look, all these things you are doing will not take you anywhere. After all, Allah did not say you should help the religion by all means. No. There are people who Allah has enriched through a very clean means and He asked them to assist His religion. You understand?
Yes.
After all, Allah Himself said, I think in Quran chapter 51, Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the jinn and the mankind except that they should worship me. You understand?
Mm.
Allah went on to say in verse 57, مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَنْ يُطْعِمُونَ. I seek not any provision from them. That is provision for myself, for themselves, or for my creatures. Nor do I ask that they should feed me. So, to say the least, Allah is not even seeking for you to feed Him. That is the smallest thing one can ask from you, isn't it?
Exactly.
So Allah is not seeking anything from you. So if you don't have, live your life the way you are. If Allah bless you in a good way, you can now assist the mosque. You understand?
Yes.
Otherwise, you should remain who you are and keep seeking from Allah, for Allah will surely help you. But not going through maybe advanced fee fraud, money laundering, money counterfeiting, and what have you, just because you want to donate mosque. No, you cannot get the pleasure of Allah through that means. So we should let our people understand. You either, in fact, it's better for you to give 2 naira to the mosque in your capacity. You understand? Through
Legitimate
your
2 naira.
legitimate earning. Your legitimate 2 naira is far, far greater than 1 billion naira that is gotten through money laundering or smuggling or tax evasion or what have you. In fact, I can say so many, I can say so much more, but I
Is it?
think this is.
All right, then. Thank you so much. One thing I agree, and I'm sure everyone who is in this space will agree with me, is that you cannot go to God when your heart is not pure, when your body is not pure, when your soul and your flesh and even the clothes you are wearing is not pure. And this is what we are discussing on this program, the EFCC Connect with me, the Golden Voice, and our guest in the, please permit me to say, in the studio. I was used to radio some times ago. We have ACE1, Assistant Commander of the EFCC1, Efion Ekevendu. He is the Head Investigation Enugu Zonal Directorate of the EFCC. And we have also SA, Superintendent of the EFCC, Adamu Muhammad, from the protocol unit of the EFCC here in the FCT. And you can, like I said initially, listen to us live if you are in Abuja and environs on 97.3 AFCC, 97.3 FM, EFCC Radio, Voices Against Economic and Financial crimes. One thing I forgot to inform our audience right about now is that I will be making efforts to go to the comment section, both on Facebook and on X, formerly Twitter, to see some of the very, very positive comments. And if there are questions, before I read my own questions that I have here with me, I can possibly squeeze your questions to ask our guest in the studio here with me. So I have an important point by Vera Ezeaka, and she said, as interesting the topic is, please, official is EFCC, treat it unbiased and be aware that non-church members will flood this space. Active church members should be in this conversation too, please, because they truly know it through. You are actually right. This program is not just for us who are already in the space. It's for all of us who are Nigerians and who are concerned about the ills of corruption, economic and financial crimes. I think I will go to the next question. Then we can come back gradually to the comment sections. Okay, let me read this one by Situation 7 Ejoba. And he said, religion are the most corrupt organ backing out government and country to this level because of impurity in the religion sector section. Thank you so much. And I do hope our listeners and audience understand this gentleman's point of view. We will be gradually taking these points one after the other. I will also find time to go to our Facebook page to see your very positive comments. ACE1 Efion Ekerendo. How can the congregants be educated and empowered to prevent and report financial crimes? I think in your first response to a question. You were trying to give us some hints on how congregants, those people who go to church, who go to mosque, how can they be educated and empowered to prevent and report financial crimes?
Thank you very much, Golden Voice. You agree with me? Religious leaders have to teach and advise their members, all their members, to be involved in the fight against economic and financial crimes. They have to do this consistently. Religious institutions should also liaise with the anti-corruption agencies like EFCC to educate its members. The commission, as part of its mandates, educates and sensitizes the public on the ills of financial crimes as part of its proactive measures. The AFC, on invitation, will be willing to educate their congregants. The Commission can also advise their members on the different ways of reporting financial crimes, including the Eagle Eyes platform and others measures. See, there's this saying that see something, say
Say
something.
something.
So
Exactly.
when you see something, say something. So the congregants can be educated on this aspect, telling them about the ills of corruptions, that if we are found wanted, we will be prosecuted. But educating them is very important, and EFC is out to do that. We have been doing that in educating the masses, so they can also invite us to give seminars and lectures in the churches, so that the congregants can be well educated, and we can also tell them how to report economic and financial crimes when you notice there is one. So that is the way I feel the congregants can be educated and empowered to prevent these crimes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This last point that you just made, the clergymen in the churches should invite EFCC officials or officers, especially some of the senior officials of the officers of the EFCC, just like you, who is an assistant commander of the EFCC. You are very, very vast in AFCC, in carrying out your activities. I am very sure clergymen should listen to this particular suggestion that you made. It will really, really enlighten the church members and everyone. So now, SE Adamu Muhammad, what is your own point of view from this perspective? How can we educate and empower those Muslim brothers who go to the mosque to pray, how can we educate them and empower them to prevent or into preventing and reporting financial crimes? SE Adamu Muhammad, are you there with us? Okay, I think he's not here with us.
Hello, Golden Voice, I'm with you.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
You see, when you talk about Islam, Golden Voice, Islam is a religion, you know,
Yeah.
and as Muslims, the mosques, I think we even used to have Islamia within the mosques. You
Yes. Sure.
understand? Where tutorials are given to children, even adult classes. We have even adult classes there. You understand?
Mhm.
So you see, there is need for the imams and all the ustads, that is the Islamic teachers teaching in those places. They should always let the people know. Look at even EFCC. EFCC has gone a long way trying to come up with a curriculum that can be integrated into our school system to make
Mm.
people understand the evils of corruption. You understand? I think that is the primary responsibility of our imams and all those ustads that we have. You know, You have to let all the Muslim understand that these are crimes that are not accepted by Allah. These are things that can lead you to hellfire. These are crimes that will make your life miserable. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to tell them that. After all, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam,
So,
in one of his ahadith, he said, Man ra'a minkum munkaran, whosoever see a bad deed among you, falyughayyirhu biyadihi, he should change it using his hand. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ, if he cannot, فَبِلِسَانِهِ, he should use his tongue. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ, if he cannot do it using his tongue, فَبِقَلْبِهِ, he should do it with his heart, his mind. But he said, وَذَلِكَ أَدْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ. He said, this last one is the most weakest of faith. You understand?
yeah.
Islam expects you to stop bad deeds by all means. Using your hand, if you cannot do that by using your hand, you should even use your tongue. I think that is what Mr. Efyong Ekerendu say. That complement the saying of the EFCC, that slogan that if you see something, you
You
say
say
something.
something.
You are using your tongue to bring correction. So if you see something, you say something because you cannot use your hand. So when you say something, the EFCC will get to hear that thing you said, and the EFCC will swing into action. EFCC will use the hands of the law to correct it. Isn't it, Golden Voice?
Exactly, exactly.
So I think it's a very, very simple something. It's a very, very simple something. You either use, if you cannot use your hand because you are not a law enforcement agency, right?
Mm,
Then you use your tongue. When you see something, you say something. And when you say something, EFCC will swing into action. I think that is all.
that is all. Okay, for the purpose of clarity and understanding, this your point. You use your mouth to talk. That is for belisanihi. If I understand you very clearly, you use your mouth to talk. If you see something, you use your mouth to tell people this thing that you are doing is part of enlightenment, right?
Yes,
Or warning the people that this thing that you are about to do or doing is corruption.
it's corruption. And if you refuse to listen, the person can say something to EFCC. And
Or you use your
EFCC,
hand, that is your right, or report.
you can use your hand to write, to report to EFCC, yes, but you can talk to the person also, telling him that this thing you are doing is wrong. It is against the law, not even the laws of man, the laws of Allah. Because you are an imam, you should always try to let people understand. The reason why we are having these laws of men now is because we have decided not to obey the divine legislations. We have the Quran, we have the Bible. These are divine legislations. And they are all telling us not to be corrupt. They are all telling us not to do bad things.
Exactly. Thank you so much, SE Adamu Muhammad. I have a comment in the comment section from Samuel Leo Ojo, and he said, in the olden days, religion can be termed sacred. These days, religion is business. ACE1 Efion Ekerendu. Do you agree with him?
It is very, thank you very much, Golden Voice. It is
Yes.
unfortunate what we are seeing today. Just like you said, religious institutions are supposed to be very sacred, spiritual,
Mm,
holy, and righteous. But unfortunately, we have found people who have come into these institutions just to make money without having the true callings. In fact, from what I know, you don't just dabble into ministration or preaching. You must have the calling. You must have that call from God. that you are there to serve God, not to serve money. But unfortunately, what we have found in our system today, people are there luring even Yahoo boys to come to church so that they can donate money. So it's very, very unfortunate. But I believe it's time to change. I believe we're in the right time to change for the religious leaders to, start to preach more on righteousness, more on holiness. Because just like in Matthew 6, 33 says, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. You see, when your foundation is right, whatever you do will go well. And you also see in the book of Psalm 11, verse 3 said that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? That means if we destroy the society because of our greed, because of our quest for money, even the righteous will be affected. That's why we need to come together and correct the system now. We need to come together and fight corruption now. We need to come together and speak against corruption now. EFCC cannot do it alone. We need religious leaders, we need everybody to join hands to fight corruption, to condemn what is wrong, so that we can build this nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. SCE1, don't go anywhere. If I would say this, don't go anywhere, because the next question, I am also putting it forward to you. And it says, what are the ethical implications of economic and financial crimes in religious institutions? We know that there are implications.
Yes. Thank you very much for your voice. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What are the ethical implications of economic and financial crimes in religious institutions?
Institutions, yes.
Institutions. The religious institutions are seen by their members at heaven, where the congregants get spiritual succor and therefore held in high esteem. However, any deviation of this kind will lead to lack of trust, damage of reputations, and credibility on the institution, thereby undermining the religious values. You see, a lot of people have stopped going to church because of what they are seeing. So our religious leader must keep to the ethics of the job. They must know that they must live transparently. They must be accountable. They must be good examples so that they can attract members. So any deviations, you will see that there will be lack of trust. When that trust is destroyed, people will not have faith to come to this religious institution. So they need to know that they must live by example. They must live according to the ethics of their calling, so that they will attract people. Because if you see a religious leader living right, being holy, being righteous, you will be attracted. You will want to look like him. People will want to live the kind of life he's living. He's not a fraudster. He doesn't defraud people. He preaches, holiness and righteousness. That alone would attract, other people who have not even been members of that institution to go. So that because everybody wants to see what is good. Everybody want to copy what is right. So when there is deviations, you will discover that there is problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ACE1 Efion Ekerandu. And if I may, I would like to hear from the perspective of, from the Islamic perspective, from S.A. Adamu Muhammad.
Golden voice, you see, when you are an imam, you are seen as a leader. When you are an ustaz in an Islamia, you are seen by the children as a leader. The implication now is that when you are seen, celebrating corruption, celebrating those who are into money laundering, celebrating those who are into advanced fee fraud, what message are you even sending to the coming of generations who are always lingering within the mosques? You understand? Getting to church from you, the imams and the ustads. You are automatically breeding criminals by your actions. You understand? That is why, let me tell you something, Golden Voice. As an Islamic leader, Your lifestyle should be modest. You should not be you should not be exposed to too much materialism. Your mode of dressing, nobody is saying you should look dirty. But you see, sometimes you see our Islamic leaders, our imams, dressing in attires that are of very, very, expensive origin. You understand? So
Yes.
I think by doing that, we are undermining the dignity, the integrity of the house of God. Because if you check, most of the Islamic scholars we have had, they tried, there is this thing we call zuhud in Islam. You
Mm.
know, you have the means, you may be rich, genuinely rich, but again, because you want to teach some level of modesty, you try to be doing things moderately. You understand? Not to be
Mm.
you see an using a very expensive jeep, you know, because he is into business, he is making money. Let's even leave it at that. You understand?
Mm.
And you
Yes.
see with expensive gifts, you see you are creating in the minds of these people who are looking up to you that this life is about materialism. Do you understand
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
You see
I
people
do.
using expensive shoes, and some of them even can even tell you that this shoe I'm wearing is 300,000 naira.
Or even more than that.
What are you doing? You are making these people to get inclined to riches, to get inclined to materialism. You understand? This is not
Mm.
the teaching of Islam. Islam wants you to be modest in whatever you do. Islam does not stop you from enjoying your wealth so long as this wealth is a clean wealth. But Islam warns you against being extravagant.
Mm.
So these are
Thank.
the things we should do. We should try to live moderately. Even if we have genuine riches, we should try to moderate how we appear with our riches. You understand?
Yes. Thank you so much, S.E. Adamu Muhammad. And there's a comment here by Muhammad Abdullahi, and he said, may Allah make us pure and guide us to the right path. Amen. And this is a prayer he is doing. This comment was on our X platform. And for the purpose of education, S.E. Adamu Muhammad talk about something, zuhud, towards his last explanation. I want to believe that zuhud is an Arabic word which means detachment. Even though you are a Muslim, you are permitted by God Almighty to enjoy fully your legitimate wealth, whatever unforbidden pleasure God bestow on you. Islam nevertheless encourages and praises those who shun, like you said, flamboyant and luxury lifestyle. So this is for the purpose of education and enlightenment. And the next question that we have, it's the studio time right now is 7, all right, sorry, 5 after 7, and in about 20 minutes, we'll be going to the next segment of the program, which is giving our listeners an opportunity to come up to the speaker's level to discuss or to ask questions or to even make their own comments in the space. Thank you once again. Thank you so much for your patience, for being with us all through this time that we have been discussing on this particular uh, topic. So I am going to the next question. How can religious institutions balance financial stewardship with spiritual responsibilities? ACE1 Efion Ekerendu. How can religious institutions balance financial stewardship with spiritual responsibilities?
Thank you very much, Golden Voice.
Thank
How
you.
can religious institutions balance financial stewardship? The leaders, the institutions, then divert it, it will affect the faith of the members. Also, by being exemplary in their conduct, especially in financial matters, they have to be exemplary, they have to be accountable. Three, they should delegate financial stewardship to professionals trained for such calling and limit themselves to supervisory roles. The religious institution can employ qualified accountants, the professionals who will manage the funds, while the spiritual leader focuses on the spiritual aspect of feeding their members. They should focus on their core mandate of feeding their members spiritually, while they employ or delegate this responsibility that has to do with management of the funds or the finances to the professionals which are well trained for this job. They will only supervise. They may only, in my opinion, they should only supervise. They will report to them so that they can be able to face their core mandate, which is the spiritual, stewardship of their members. So, in my opinion, they should be transparent. They should be accountable. The money given to the church should be well utilized. It should be transparent in using it so that this will also increase the faith of their members. Because if this money is eventually diverted or laundered, then most of the members will know, and it will affect their faith in the institutions. So to me, they should employ qualified professionals to man this aspect of their institution for accountability and transparency. Thank you very much, Golden Voice.
Thank you so much, ACE1 Effiong Ekerandu. And let us hear from SE Adamu Muhammad.
You see, uh, my Oga said something. He said the burden of financial stewardship should be left for professionals. And that reminds me of something. You see, I know about this Islamic cleric who, because over the years, the issue bordering on management of the Islamic institution has been so centralized in their hands that he plays the role of the imam, he plays the role of the administrator, he plays the role of the financial manager. So at a point, professionals came on and they advised that there should be a kind of decentralization of these roles. And because of that, there was a division in that institution. Can you imagine, Golden Voice? Yes,
You want to do it all.
yes, because you understand what I'm trying to say. So, like my Oga said, if you are not accountable to the people, if money is meant for the running of the house of God becomes where you feed, where you buy expensive cars, where you buy at the detriment of the well-being of the house of God, there is a problem there. Because these people you are leading will lose faith in you. They are not losing faith only in you, they will begin to doubt what you are saying. Allah says in the Holy Quran, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. O you who believe, why are you preaching what you don't practice? Golden voice. How can
Yes.
you be preaching to your congregants that you should be accountable, you should you should keep trust, and you are not doing the same thing? You are saying one thing and they are saying another thing in your action. That is a problem, not only to you, not only to the spirituality, but to the religion itself. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
if you want to lead by example, that that spiritual responsibility should be separated from financial stewardship. You understand? After all,
Yes.
we are living in a world now where education is everywhere. Education is everywhere. The only thing that we don't have is both the religious education and what we are reading in the Western education. We are not making use of anyone. We are just living according to our whims and caprices. And that is why we are into this mess. You
True.
understand, Golden Voice?
Yes.
That is why we are where we are. I am telling you, Golden Voice, that if only our religious leaders will keep to what is in the religion, both Islam and Christianity, we have divine legislations. We have the Quran and we have the Bible. And all these spiritual books are against corruption. You understand?
Mm.
So, voice. I see Nigeria as a country who is 95% religious, if not 97 even. It's either you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. You are a Christian. If you are a Muslim, your life is expected to be according to the teachings of the Quran. And as a
Mm.
Christian, your life is expected to be according to the teachings of the Bible. So
True.
if we are truly religious, as we are being perceived by the outside world, eh? Why
Yes.
are we why are we the most corrupt nation? That is the question I'm asking. And this question I'm asking our religious leaders. So
Exactly. All
this,
right.
is, this, is,
Thank you
this is the
so.
question I want you to take to our religious leaders.
I can only take that one
Eh?
to the Moscow. And I am very much sure I have a gentleman here by my side. He is moderating also the space. I will advise him, or I will, yes, surely I will advise him to take the message or take the question to the church. All right. Thank you so much. ACE2, sorry, ACE1 Efion Ekerendu Head Investigation Enugu Zonal Directorate, and SE Adamu Muhammad Protocol Unit EFCC headquarters here in Abuja. We just have two questions to go to the next segment of the program. I want us to quickly look at these two questions, and then we can open the floor, open the door for our listeners, because I can see that a lot of people are commenting that they want to speak, I'm sure they are, fascinated about this particular topic that we are discussing. But before I ask the next question, there's a gentleman here that says, in my Mr. Sent, he said, in my own opinion, I believe most youth in Nigeria know good and evil. Yes, I agree with you on that. But I think people, in his words, oh, not in my words now, but I think, let me put it in his word, but he think people are driving to do evil these days because of how most of their leaders are sinking in evil and corruption without much consequences on their part. This is a comment, and I want to, as a youth, as a Nigerian youth, believe him in total. Most of us as youth, Nigerian youth, we are trying to look for somebody who is going to lead us, like a role model, either in the traditional institutions, the religious institutions, either in the civil society or on the political spheres of our endeavors. And these things are affecting us. So we need somebody that will, guide us or be our role model. And I'm very much sure ACE1 Efion Ekerendo and SE Adamu Muhammad have highlighted some of these points in their discussion. So the next question is, how can okay, I think we have discussed that one. How can religious institutions collaborate with anti-corruption agencies to address the issues of economic and financial crimes? I think on this I will ask only ACE1 Efion Ekerendu, and then the next question, SE Adamu Muhammad will try as much as possible to answer it. So over to you, ACE1 Efion Ekerendo. Collaboration with anti-corruption agencies.
Thank you, Golden Voice. The
Thank
religious
you.
institutions, in my opinion, should see the anti-corruption agencies as partners in progress. They should see AUC as partner in progress. They can learn from each other. We can learn from the church, we can learn from the mosque, and the mosque can learn from us. So we are partner in progress. They should be willing to invite us to their religious program with a segment dedicated to the education of their congregants on financial crimes. See, knowledge is power. By the time the religious institutions invite EFCC to their program and give us maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes to present our program and mandates to them, to their congregants, to educate them on the ills of economic and financial crimes, maybe some of these members will not continue to be engaged in crimes. So the religious institution should see us as partners in progress and feel free to invite us for their program and give us opportunity to educate their congregants. Also, they should feel free to consult anti-corruption agencies for any area they need clarifications. Nobody knows it all. There may be area they need clarifications, maybe on how to report economic and financial crimes, maybe on how to collaborate with the EFCC. They should feel free to invite EFCC or any anti-corruption agency to educate them or to clarify any area they need clarifications. Thank you very much, Golden Voice.
Thank you so much, ACE1 Efion Ekerendu, Head Investigation, Enugu Zonal Directorate. And to the last question before the second segment, like I said, I am going to put it forward to SE Adamu Muhammad from the protocol unit of the headquarters here. And the question goes thus: what message have you or do you have for religious leaders in the promotion of anti-corruption cultures in religious houses? You initially talk about some manuals for anti-corruption. So I do not know if you can, widen or broaden the scope of that manual.
Uh, let me tell you, Golden Voice.
Yes.
You know, I enjoy our religious leaders, both the imams and the pastors. This manual I was talking about, I am talking about the EFCC Interpret Manual. You understand? That is
Yes.
trying to inculcate into our school syllabus how we can put those things into our syllabus so that we can catch them young. You know,
Mm.
telling them the evils of corruption, quoting from the Quran, the Bible, and the rest. But already our spiritual leaders, like I said earlier, they have an operating manual. They have the Quran and they have the Bible. If you are a Muslim, the operating manual is the Holy Quran. And this manual I am talking about is just carrying some extractions from the Quran and the traditions of the Prophet, and so also the Christian version of it. It carries some quotations from the Bible, but it does not carry the entire Quran or the Bible, right? So, if you, as the spiritual leader, our imams, our pastors, our reverend fathers, and what have you, you have a whole book, a whole book. You see, let me tell you something. You see, even the constitution we have today, the combination of different ideas, right? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
You see, you have even judicial proceedings. You have even the, I mean, doctrine of equity and what have you. So this manual I'm talking about is a quotation from Quran, Hadith, and the Bible. You understand?
Yes.
So now,
Yes.
for somebody who has a whole glorious Quran, for somebody who has a whole of
The
the
Bible.
Holy Bible, and the person is telling me that no, I am telling you, if only we truly and religiously teach our people how to live their life according to God, I am telling you, golden boys, we are not
Mm,
going to be where we are today. Because, okay, let me ask you this. When you penalize somebody according to the constitution, you
mm,
are doing that here on earth. But when you preach to someone with the Quran or the Bible, you are telling the person that, look, after this life we are living on earth, which
mm.
you may be like, you may live for 60, 70, even or even 80. But after death, there is what? An eternal life.
Eternal life.
An eternal life that you can does not have a duration. You cannot even call it a million years. No, it has no duration. You will live like that eternally. And you preach
Forever.
the person very well. And he understands what you are saying. And not just preaching to him, but leading by examples. Leading by examples. You know,
Mm, exactly.
exemplary living an exemplary life speaks more volumes than the spoken words.
Mm.
When you admonish someone and what you are doing practically is not in tandem with what you are saying, automatically admonishment you are making is useless. Do you agree with me? So
I really agree with you.
so while you preach the gospel, while you preach the Quran to the people, as a Muslim, as an Imam, you should preach Quran. You should live Quran. You understand?
Mm,
You should
I
demonstrate
do.
Quran. And so also for the pastor, you should preach the Bible. You should live the Bible. You understand?
Mm.
Everything about you should be in line with that. I am telling you, do you know that in our churches and mosques today, if you go, people are being given the front seat simply because they are bringing money into mosque,
As
simply
in
because
VIP.
they are bringing money into church. So we should stop giving red carpet treatment to people because they are contributing money. We should try to know their sources of money. We should learn how to reject money from some people. You understand?
Exactly. Mm.
God, God does not even need a corrupt money to have. Is it you? Why do you want to have a beautiful mosque with an ill-gotten money? Why do you want to have a beautiful church with an ill-gotten money? Is this how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived in his
No.
life? You don't even have a floor. You pray on the mat and the man's hand. Eh? But today
Exactly. I
you want to have POP, you want to have this, you want to have that, and you don't care where the money is coming from. That is the problem. That is a big problem. We should stop celebrating criminals. We should stop giving red carpet treatment to ill-gotten wealth. And that is exactly what we are doing. Somebody will just come and say he is dashing this jeep to Imam, and you will say Allahu Akbar. Sometimes you know that this person is not a businessman, this person is not into anything legitimate. Maybe is an officer whose salary might not be up to 100,000, and he is coming to dash you a jeep that is worth 35 million, and you are saying Allahu Akbar. Well, that is a problem. That is a problem.
That Allahu Akbar in itself, that people or those congregants are saying is a fraud in itself.
Of course. Of course, when you are celebrating criminality and you are saying Allahu Akbar, I mean, it's just like a bandit slaughtering somebody, and the person is saying La ilaha illallah, and he is slaughtering the person saying Allahu Akbar. Are you making mockery of the word, that phrase Allahu Akbar?
No.
Ah,
Anyway, I can really feel the passion and the pain in both ACE1 Effion Ekerendu and SE Adamu Muhammad, in the way they talk. I think I have been affected with this, passion in them. I really want to say thank you to all of you and to the listener who is with us from the beginning, and to those who have joined us, in some few minutes right now. And like I said, in about few minutes, we will be going to the second segment of the program. And in case you are just joining us, you are live onto the EFCC Connect, the online program that connects you with the EFCC, your number one anti-corruption agency, with me, your host, the Golden Voice. It is now time for us to sit back, from this angle, ACE1 Effion Ekerendu and SE Adamu Muhammad, and my humble self will sit and relax and allow you, the listener, to do the talking while the EFCC will listen and respond. We still have ACE1 Effion Ekerendu, Head Investigation, Enugu Zonal Directorate of the EFCC, and we also have SE Adamu Muhammad, Protocol Unit EFCC. Let me remind our dear audience that in this second segment, we have rules and regulations. And since we are talking about religion and corruption in the aspect of religion, I want to use God, beguna. I want to use beg for the sake of God, for God's sake. Let us abide by these particular rules so that we can do everything in tandem with the law and the rules that we have set. And these rules, which I expect we must all abide by, are first, if you want to say something, we must move you to the speaker's level. And to achieve that, raise your hand using the like button and request for the microphone. Tell us your name. It's easy, simple, and precise. Tell us your name, where you are joining us from. There is no foul and offensive language on this program. We will not allow you to do that. Please, no insulting language. Please, I am going to be saying please, 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 please until I finish this particular rules of regulation. And if there is a case in court, please let it remain in court. Please, we don't we don't talk about it here, so don't bring it here. And if you have any complaint, kindly forward that particular complaint that you have to info@efcc.gov.ng, or if you are in any state where our zonal directorate is, you can walk to the office there and lodge your complaint, or use okay, this one that I just gave you is email, or use the Eagle Eye app. I think ACE1 Effion Ekerondu has talked about it earlier in the beginning of the discussion. Then we have to be very, very respectful in our questions and contributions and comments. Please mind the time too, because time is very, very, very important. So let us move away from noisy environment so that while you are talking, we can hear you. And if you are driving, please, for the sake of your own safety and Nigerian safety, park off your car and join to make your comments, please. So these are the rules. Please let us hear from you now. And let me see who is on the speakers level now. Okay. I can see Pius. Yes. Pius Ikebe Mioka. Please, Pius, can you unmute your mic and then you can. Oh my goodness. Pius, please, can you come up again? He's down already. So if you want to say something, you can just request for the mic and we'll give you the mic. You can then go on and accept the mic and then we can do your.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Who is speaking?
Yakubu Aliyu
Yakubu Aliyu. I am just seeing you here. Where are you spacing from?
from Paiko, Niger State.
Paiko, Niger State. You are welcome, Madam Ali, Yakubu Ali.
Yes. I champions of budget under tracker project.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
So, what is your contribution?
Yes, my contribution is that while going through the 2024 Appropriation Act, I found out that a provision by the federal government has been made to renovate religious centers with some bogus amount of money, which I think is I don't know. I wanted to ask if the federal government is taxpayers' money is allowed to be used to renovate religious centers. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. ACE1 Efion Ekerendu. Do we have, can you respond to this particular?
Hello.
Hi. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Jakubu Ali from Niger State is talking about 2024 appropriation bills, that there is money allocated for renovation of religious houses.
Centers.
Yeah, I have not seen the appropriation bills and I'm not aware of such. So I don't know if I have much to say on that. It's something that we need to see to really verify what he's saying, whether it's true or not.
Okay. ACE1. What if Yakubu Ali want to?
We're office in Abuja, or you can use any of our social media platform. Like I said earlier, Eagle Eye or EFCC radio, or you can write an official petition and attach that aspect of appropriation bills is referring to, and write to the Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. We will look into it and investigate and report accordingly.
All right. Thank you so much. And I hope Yakubu Aliyu from Paiko, Niger State is listening. Okay. We also have Muyi. Muyi, can you unmute your mic? Muyi Sarah Yen.
Hello, hi, good evening. Salamu
Good
alaikum.
evening to you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. I'll be very quick with my question. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, what I wanted to ask was in regards to what the last caller just said. I wanted to know. You see, I realized that Yahaya Bello of Kogi State spent about 7 million naira for the building of some churches within the state in Kogi State. And also, he donated about $100 million. I mean, sorry, 100 million naira to the building of some mosques. So, personally, my question now is: those money that is being donated, yeah, is it taxpayer money, or where is it coming from, or is it his personal money? And also, if you guys can brief us on the situation of Yahaya Bello, because I think we, the citizen of Nigeria, we deserve to know all these things. So thank you very much, Mr. Golden Voice, and for doing all this that you are doing. Thank you very much.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Moi. And I don't know for how long have you been following this particular case that is already in court. I don't want to do the chewing of the onion. I have ACE1 Effion Ekerendu, who is the most senior here with us. And I want to say, okay, the case is in court already. What else do we have to do?
Golden voice.
Yes.
Part of your rules, which I wrote down, is that we don't discuss cases in court.
Mm.
So I don't think it's within our scope to discuss this case is actually in court.
That is actually why I forward the question to you. I said it earlier in the rules and regulation. When a matter is in court, we should leave it to the court. But I want to also suggest that we should be following us on our media handles, our social media handles, our EFCC website. Whenever there is a news regarding the EFCC and its activity, the EFCC always updates the public concerning a particular matter. And this will help you as citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be abreast with our activities here. I think this is what I will add to what ACE1 Effion Ekerendu said. Thank you so much. And who else do we have here with us? Okay, Joshua, right? Joshua Eviola.
Good evening, sir.
Sorry, good evening.
Yes, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you. How do you do? What's your name?
Fine, sir. My name is Eriolua Joshua.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Question, sir. Yes, sir. Are you there, sir?
Josh, your mic is like going on and off.
I think it's the network.
Okay, I think I can hear you clearly now.
At about 2 to 3 a.m. last night, men suspected to be your officers raided a lodge.
Josh, as I like to call you, I have a friend that we usually play football together. His name is Joshua, and I have found another friend here, Joshua. Okay, Josh, can you hear us, please? Josh? Okay, in that case, I think I'll go back to the comment section because I cannot see anybody who is
Can
responding
hear
to
you.
the mic.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, Josh, go on.
So, sir, I just want to actually know if they can actually come out and tell us about their whereabouts. Because I also have a friend and a brother who was among them. And we are just worried that we haven't, and how are they doing or something like that.
How are they doing what? I really do not understand what you are trying to say.
I said your men actually raided a lodge at Idakano community of Federal University of Technology last night from around 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. They raided the
Okay.
lodge and they took about 50 people. And till now, we don't know about their whereabouts. We don't know where they are. We don't know anything about them.
Okay, ACE1, Effion Ekerendu. These are issues that have to do with investigations, I think.
Yes. Golden voice.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you very much. I didn't actually. He was breaking. He said that about 2 to 3 a.m. maybe people suspected to be EFCC officials because it's not very sure.
Officials.
Raided locations and carried about 15 men, and he want to know how they are faring. I don't know the location he's talking about, and we have not verified this to be true. If
Yeah, sure.
in any location you're talking about, we have our offices, all our directorate all around the country, maybe Ibadan, Gombe, Ilorin,
Kano.
Abuja, so Kano, Meduguri. So you can take a trip to the office to find out whether it's actually this man is talking about they are from EFC or not. That is a stepping stone. That's where you should start from. I cannot comment on this because I'm not sure, I'm not verified to that the man is talking about they are from EFCC. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This particular information is not verifiable and or verified. Thank you once again, ACA2. Sorry, please forgive me, ACA1, Effion Ekerendu. Let me see if I have any other speaker here. Anyways, I am still waiting for you to come up and say something. And like we say in the EFCC will do something. I'm checking the comment sections right now. So if I see any question, let me check our Facebook page.
Good evening.
Okay, who is there with us? Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Tell us your name
Um,
and where you are spacing from.
my name is Benedict Olayemi,
Okay, Benedict.
and I'm also a student of Footmina
Okay, so
University.
you had the response ACE1 Effion Ekerendu gave to Joshua, right?
Yes, sir. But I also want to ask about some things.
Please, you can go to the EFCC office there and then find out. Very close to you there and find out.
No, not about that. I wanted to ask some things about the EFCC itself.
Okay, what's that?
Is that so? Any suspect and in how will I put it? A raid that was not permitted, a raid that was not warranted, that wasn't given permission. People just thought of it and take it. Are they not meant to arrest the EFCC official who took it without them being without them be given a warrant to take the raid?
That
Official warrant.
is that is why I said if you are close to any EFCC office, it's not hard. You can go there to find out, to make inquiries. Hmm? Thank you so much, Benedict. I'm still looking at the comment sections right here, and then both on Facebook and on X. Okay, someone said you people should make this session interactive. Thank you so much, Plato, with this comment that you just make. Thank you. We are trying our best, and we are making efforts to let the people understand that corruption in the altar of God is not good. And this one said, finish the fight outside the church of God first before going to church of God. Okay, yeah, that's actually true. Thank you so much. This one is from Bright Michael, or Michael, if I must say it that way. And this one, Mustafa Bello said, most of the people who are exposed to criminal activities are not found in the mosques of the Muslims community. They tend to separate themselves from religion, except the scholars who work for the bad, which are everywhere. But that of politicians are into the religion significantly. S.E. Adamu Muhammad, I want to read this comment again. I don't know if you are there with us, so that
Yeah,
you can, okay,
I'm
okay,
here.
so that you can respond. And Mustafa Bello said, most of the people who are exposed to criminal activities are not found in the mosque of the Muslim community. They tend to separate themselves. I think he's trying to say you can't find them in the mosque, but they tend to separate themselves from religion, except the scholars who work for the bad, which are everywhere. But that of politicians are into the religion significantly. Is it possible to separate, these criminal people from the mosque?
Golden voice.
Yes.
How can he say that? I can tell him I know people that are into advanced pay fraud and are in the mosque and are contributors to the mosque. I know them.
Mm,
I know people who are even into money counterfeiting and they are in the mosque. They are Muslims. They are doing it and they are contributing money to the mosque whenever there is need for that. So what are we talking about? You
mm.
can't say that. You know that that is not possible. You can't say that. In fact,
Even if
in fact, some of the people that give the advanced fee fraud kingpins, they are Muslim clerics. Who, anyway, I will agree with him that they claim to be Muslim, they claim to be Muslims, but in the real sense, they are. It is just the same thing. It is the same thing. Some people are not really clerics, Islamic clerics per se, but because they are hiding under that, and because, look, let me tell you something, Abbas.
mm,
Because the fact that you have studied Islamic religion knowledge from extent does not make you a spiritual leader. You understand? There are
mm,
many people who have the knowledge of religion, but they are not religious. You
mm.
understand? What do you
Sure.
say to those malams who even sometimes lead prayers, but after the prayers, they have their, what do you call it, zaure, Abi, where
Exactly.
people will
Exactly.
go and they give them chance, you know? They give them chance to go and defraud people. Are they not Muslims? Are they not going to mosque? Do they not contribute to the mosque?
Mm.
Of course they do, and you know it too. I think I
All
have
right.
said it.
All right, then. Thank you so much. I think I've been trying to see if we can get some other comments on the comment section. We so far we don't have any from the Facebook angle, and then I'm scrolling right now down onto the other app, social media app, that is X, and we are having some of the questions, some of the comments here. Like I said, okay. Okay, somebody said, for what I have heard so far from the speakers, we are focusing. Thank you so much for this comment. And he added by saying, dive into religious business now because they have come to learn it is the most easy way in. Thank you, Mr. Sent, for this comment that you just made. It is true that people see, you know, extorting money in the religious places as a business, not as a religious thing. I want to say thank you so much. If you can bear with us right about now. We have less than 10 minutes to round up the program, and the program is AFCC Connect. We are discussing on fighting economic and financial crimes in the house of God with ACE1 Effion Ekerandu Head Investigation, Enugu Zonal Directorate of the Commission, and we also have SE Adamu Muhammad, the protocol unit of the EFCC headquarters here in Abuja. Um, you can also join us live if you are in Abuja and environs on 97.3 FM EFCC radio, Voices Against Economic and Financial Crimes. I have Plateau on the speakers section. Can you unmute your mic and speak on the topic that we are discussing? Plateau. Okay, I think I'll also like to go back to the comment section. Or rather, let me hear what advice will ACE1 Efion Ekerendu Hate Investigation, Enugu Zonal Directorate of the Commission, have for Nigerians?
Thank you very much, Golden Voice. You have done so well. Now, my advice to Nigerians is that they should join hands with EFCC to fight this menace of corruption. They should not separate themselves from the fight. We need to do this together so that we can rid our nations of these economic and financial crimes and have a better nations for ourselves and our children yet unborn. So the issue of fight against corruption is not for EFCC alone, it's for all Nigerians. Because what the EFCC is doing is like is a duty meant for all Nigerians to rescue and redeem Nigeria from economic and financial crime so that we may have a better nation for ourselves, our children, and those unborn. So, to the religious leader, I want to implore them that they owe Nigeria in general and their congregants, in particular, the responsibility of educating them of the ills of corruption. Because if you look at it, Nigerians are affiliated to the two major religions in Nigeria.
Religions.
Yes, that if they can win them over, I can tell you there will be a reduction in corruption in Nigeria. So the religious leaders have so much to do to teach their members, to educate them, to depart from the art of corruption and come and join the FC to fight corruption so that we may have a better nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ACE1 Efion Ekerendu Hate Investigation, Enugu Zonal Directorate of the EFCC. And we also have SE Adamu Mohammed from the Protocol Unit EFCC headquarters. What advice will you give Nigerians?
Yeah, Golden Voice.
Hmm.
My candid advice to Nigerians is we should stop celebrating ill-gotten wealth. We should stop celebrating corruption. We should bear at the back of our minds that Allah the Almighty God, will not ask you why you did not acquire riches in your stewardship on earth. He will not ask you why you did not build mansion. He will not ask you why you did not own exotic cars. But he is going to ask you to account for every property, every kobo, everything you have possessed in this life. Allah will surely ask you to account for. So let us tell ourselves, let us tell our children that there is no stigma attached to being poor. But of course, there is stigma attached to being a thief. There is a stigma attached to being a fraudster. There is a stigma attached to being a money counterfeiter and what have you. So let us embrace God. If you live according to God's rules, if you are destined to get rich, you will surely get rich. And let me tell you something, Abbas,
Yes.
Golden Voice. You see, anybody that has acquired riches through any of these ill means, if that person had been patient enough, God has get those riches on earth. So it is better you patiently wait for God's time. After all, if you die without achieving that, God will not ask you why you did not achieve all these things. And like I said, God will ask you to account for every kobo, every property, every penny you have made on earth. You must account for it on the day of resurrection. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, S.E. Adamu Muhammad. And thank you to all of you, especially our beautiful and patient audience. I want to say a big thank you for finding time to join us and be with us in the program. It has been a wonderful ride from the beginning up until now. God willing, next Wednesday at 6 p.m., we will come back with another package, another topic to discuss and find lasting solutions to so many problems.